What's up, Shady Spotlight crew? Get ready to dive headfirst into the whirlwind of what's happening right now. The news cycle never sleeps, and neither do we, bringing you the hottest, most talked about updates that you absolutely cannot afford to miss. We've got stories that are shaking things up, sparking conversations, and making waves across the globe. From heartfelt tributes to legendary artists to seismic shifts in music history, we're breaking it all down. So buckle up, stay locked in, because you're about to get the inside scoop you've been waiting for. Don't touch that dial, this is Shady Spotlight, and here's what's making headlines. First up, a legendary performer delivers a deeply moving tribute that has fans in tears, connecting the past with the present in a way that's simply unforgettable. Then, we're peeling back the curtain on a musical vault, revealing never-before-heard sessions and a haunting new take on an iconic anthem that could change everything you thought you knew. We'll explore the incredible depth and mystery behind a landmark album, uncovering secrets that fans have only dreamed of. And finally, we're bringing you the inside story on a major announcement that's sending shockwaves through the industry, promising a whole new perspective on a beloved classic. You won't hear this anywhere else. Hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and let's get into it. A legend's heartfelt echo. This story matters because it highlights the enduring power of musical legacies and the deep personal connections artists share with their inspirations, resonating with fans worldwide. Bruce Springsteen recently delivered a performance that has left fans deeply moved, offering a heartbreaking tribute to the one and only Elvis Presley. During a rendition of Follow That Dream, a song famously associated with the King, Springsteen didn't just sing. He shared a personal anecdote from his own youth, a near encounter at Graceland that added an incredibly poignant layer to the performance. He recalled the story of his youthful enthusiasm leading him to jump the wall of Graceland, driven by an intense desire to meet his idol. Though the meeting never materialized, Springsteen's attempt to connect with Presley, even in that fleeting, youthful moment, speaks volumes about the profound impact Elvis had on him and countless others. The guards who intercepted him, mistaking his earnest fanboy energy for something else, ultimately escorted him back to the street, but the memory remained, fueling this later tribute. Springsteen shared that Follow That Dream was one of his favorite Elvis songs, a track that held a special place in his heart even before this performance. He even performed it regularly on the River tour back in 1981, showcasing its significance. The version he presented, with its altered tempo and lyrical nuances, offered a fresh, more intimate perspective on the classic. While not one of Presley's biggest chart toppers like Hound Dog or Blue Suede Shoes, Follow That Dream clearly resonated deeply with Springsteen, evolving over time. This particular rendition, captured on July 7, 1985, and now circulating online, has been met with widespread public praise, with many fans calling it a fitting and beautiful tribute from one boss to another king. The emotional weight of the performance was amplified by Springsteen's reflections on Presley's untimely death. He spoke candidly about the difficulty of comprehending how someone whose music brought so much solace and inspiration to so many could ultimately meet such a tragic end. "And I guess when you're alone, you ain't nothin' but alone," he mused, a somber reflection on the isolation that can accompany even the most celebrated lives. This sentiment struck a chord with listeners, who expressed their belief that Presley would have appreciated Springsteen's musical artistry. One fan perfectly encapsulated this sentiment, writing, "Wow, what a song, Bruce. I know Elvis would have loved your music and talent." Others echoed the appreciation for the song itself and the touching story, with comments like, "Very beautiful song," and "What a tale to tell." Wow, awesome. The performance and the story behind it serve as a powerful reminder of the enduring connection between artists and their influences, and how music transcends time and loss. But the echoes of legendary artists aren't the only stories making waves. Get ready, because we're about to uncover a treasure trove of unreleased music that could rewrite rock history. Unearthing a rock and roll time capsule. This news is significant as it offers fans an unprecedented look into the creative process behind a seminal album, potentially revealing new dimensions of an iconic artist's work and a pivotal moment in music history. Prepare yourselves, Bruce Springsteen fans, because the fabled Electric Nebraska recording sessions are finally set to see the light of day. This highly anticipated release, officially titled Nebraska 82 Expanded Edition, is poised to drop on October 17th and will feature the full-band, electric versions of the songs that would eventually form Springsteen's famously stark, acoustic 1982 masterpiece, Nebraska. This isn't just a rehash. It's a deep dive into a pivotal moment in Springsteen's career, offering a completely new perspective on an album many consider his artistic zenith. The box set will be available as a 4XLP or 4XCD set, promising a comprehensive experience for dedicated listeners. The most electrifying inclusion in this expanded edition is undoubtedly a never-before-heard early rendition of Springsteen's signature anthem, Born in the U.S.A. Recorded in 1982 with the E Street Band, this version is a far cry from the stadium-rocking hit we all know. Springsteen himself describes it as kinda like punk rockabilly, a spooky, swampy take reminiscent of Creedence Clearwater Revival, with Max Weinberg and Gary Tallent laying down a powerful, stripped-down foundation. This raw, energetic version was recorded before Springsteen famously decided to ditch the electric arrangements in favor of the intimate, solo acoustic performances that define the original Nebraska album. The decision to go acoustic was a bold artistic choice that cemented Nebraska's unique, haunting atmosphere, but hearing these electric counterparts sheds fascinating light on the song's initial conception. Nebraska 82 Expanded Edition goes even further, offering a wealth of additional material. It includes a Blu-ray disc featuring a Tom Zimney-directed video of Springsteen and the E Street Band performing the entire Nebraska album in full, a treat for fans who know the album was never toured behind. The set also contains a remaster of the original Nebraska album and a collection of Nebraska outtakes from 1982, including home recordings and tracks from a solo studio session, some of which have never been released before. Among these unearthed gems are songs like Lawson Kind, Child Bride, Downbound Train, Gun in Every Home, and On the Prowl. This extensive collection promises to be a holy grail for many fans, providing an unprecedented look into the creation of this notoriously lo-fi, yet deeply impactful record. Adding another layer of excitement, the release is timed to coincide with the October 24th theatrical debut of the new film, Springsteen, Deliver Me from Nowhere. Directed by Scott Cooper and starring Jeremy Allen White as Springsteen, the film delves into the making of the Nebraska album and the difficult period in Springsteen's life during that time. This comprehensive package, the expanded album, the performance film, and the biopic, offers fans the most immersive experience into the Nebraska era to date. And speaking of legendary albums and their hidden histories, the story of Nebraska is far from over. We're about to uncover even more secrets from that legendary recording period. The Holy Grail of Springsteen archives revealed. This release is monumental for music enthusiasts, offering an unprecedented deep dive into a critically acclaimed and fan-cherished album, potentially reshaping our understanding of its creation and impact. Prepare for an unparalleled journey into the heart of Bruce Springsteen's seminal 1982 album, Nebraska, as a Holy Grail Expanded Edition is set to be released. Nebraska 82 Expanded Edition, arriving October 17th, is a 5-disc box set promising to explore the album's context and depth with more recordings than ever before, including many never-before-heard and previously undiscovered tracks. This comprehensive collection aims to provide a wholly unprecedented look into the creation of this improbable, lo-fi masterpiece, making it an essential acquisition for any serious Springsteen fan. The centerpiece of this extraordinary release is the inclusion of the E Street Band's fabled Electric Nebraska sessions. These are the full-band, electric versions of the songs that would ultimately appear in their stark, acoustic form on the original album. Hearing these electric takes offers a fascinating counterpoint to the familiar soundscape of Nebraska, revealing the raw energy and different creative directions Springsteen and the band explored. This collection also features solo outtakes from the era, shedding light on Springsteen's individual creative process. Among the unearthed gems are early versions of iconic tracks like Born in the U.S.A., Pink Cadillac, and Working on the Highway, alongside lesser-known solo rarities such as Gun in Every Home and On the Prowl. The inclusion of these outtakes provides invaluable insight into the development of the album's themes and sounds. Adding to the historical significance, the box set includes a newly shot performance film of the entire Nebraska album, played in sequence for the first time ever. Captured at New Jersey's Count Basie Theater by acclaimed director Tom Zimney, this film offers fans a unique opportunity to see Springsteen revisit the material that he never toured behind. This is particularly poignant given Springsteen's own reflection. "I think in playing these songs again to be filmed, their weight impressed upon me. I've written a lot of other narrative records, but there's just something about that batch of songs on Nebraska that holds some sort of magic." This new performance, over 40 years later, provides a contemporary perspective on the enduring power of these songs. The Nebraska 82 Expanded Edition also features a 2025 remaster of the original album, ensuring the best possible audio quality for this classic record. The entire collection is timed to coincide with the theatrical release of the feature film, Deliver Me From Nowhere, on October 24th. Directed by Scott Cooper and starring Jeremy Allen White as Springsteen, the film chronicles the making of Nebraska and the challenging period in Springsteen's life during its creation, based on Warren Zane's book. This multifaceted release, the music, the film, and the biopic, creates a holistic celebration of one of rock's most enduring and enigmatic albums. And the revelations from the Nebraska sessions keep coming, offering an even more electrifying glimpse into that legendary period. Electric Dreams of a Classic Album Unleashed. This announcement is huge for music aficionados, promising a definitive expansion of a landmark album with exclusive content that deepens our appreciation for a pivotal moment in rock history. Get ready for a major revelation in the world of Bruce Springsteen. The legendary artist is set to finally release the much-talked-about Electric Nebraska sessions, offering fans an electrifying new perspective on his critically acclaimed 1982 album. This extensive release, titled Nebraska 82 Expanded Edition, is a 5-disc box set arriving October 17th via Sony Music. It promises an unprecedented deep dive into the creation of Nebraska, featuring not only the full E Street Band Electric sessions, but also a wealth of solo outtakes and a brand new performance film. The star attraction of this expanded edition is undoubtedly the Electric Nebraska sessions themselves. These recordings capture the songs destined for the stark, acoustic Nebraska album in their original, full-band electric arrangements. This offers a fascinating contrast and sheds light on the alternative path the album could have taken. Springsteen himself described the sound of these electric versions, particularly an early take on Born in the U.S.A., as kinda like punk rockabilly. He elaborated, "We threw out the keyboards and played basically as a three-piece. It was kinda like punk rockabilly. We were trying to bring Nebraska into the electric world." This raw, energetic approach provides a thrilling new dimension to the familiar material. In addition to the electric sessions, which feature key E Street Band members like Gary Tallent, Max Weinberg, Danny Federicey, Roy Bittan, and Stevie Van Zandt, the set unearths a treasure trove of other rare recordings. These include solo outtakes from the Nebraska era, featuring more home recordings like Loss in Kind, Child Bride, and Downbound Train, as well as tracks from a unique 1982 solo studio session, such as Gun in Every Home and On the Prowl. These rarities offer intimate glimpses into Springsteen's songwriting process during this intensely creative period. Further enhancing the collection is a newly shot performance film of the Nebraska album. Captured by Tom Zimney, this film showcases Springsteen revisiting the album's material in its entirety, a significant event as the album was never toured behind. Springsteen reflected on this experience, stating, "I think in playing these songs again to be filmed, their weight impressed upon me. I've written a lot of other narrative records, but there's just something about that batch of songs on Nebraska that holds some sort of magic." This film adds a vital visual and emotional component to the auditory experience. The release of Nebraska 82 Expanded Edition is strategically timed with the premiere of the new Springsteen biopic, Deliver Me From Nowhere. Starring Jeremy Allen White as Springsteen, the film focuses on the making of Nebraska and a difficult period in the artist's life. Springsteen himself described the film as not a typical biopic, but rather a look at a couple years out of my life when I was 31 and 32, and looks at them really at a time when I made this particular record, Nebraska, and when I went through some just difficult places in my life. From the electric energy of unreleased sessions to the raw emotion of a legendary tribute, the world of music is buzzing. Stay tuned as we break down the biggest stories shaping the soundscape. And that's a wrap on today's Shady Spotlight. We heard Bruce Springsteen's heartfelt tribute to Elvis Presley, got the inside scoop on the fabled Electric Nebraska sessions, including a haunting, born in the U.S.A., explored the Holy Grail expanded edition of Nebraska, and learned about the exciting announcement of more unheard tracks from that era. What an incredible lineup. Don't miss out on any future updates. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, and drop a comment below telling us your favorite Springsteen track. Follow us on all social platforms to stay connected. We'll see you next time.